Hello everybody. We have a game with the black pieces against Luis Well, rated 1420. We play e6, trying to get into a French, and he plays the knight out. We're still gonna go d5 though, and he takes, and now we take, and this just looks really weird. And he checks us with his queen. I have no idea what this is. I'm just gonna block with the bishop because I want to put my bishop here anyway. Okay, so this is, I guess, some type of opening trap. He's now double attacking the pawn and the thing. I'm just gonna defend this one because I'd rather just do fast development. It also protects this twice, but I would even give up the pawn if I want. Okay, so now he puts a pawn in the center. Makes a lot of sense. I think castling makes sense. I also think tempoing this queen with our queen's knight makes sense. But I'm going to castle because king's safety over everything. And also the rook alignment is super powerful. So white goes for some type of Jobava London attack on the c7 pawn. But instead of with the bishop, he does it with the queen. So he's trying to win the rook, of course. And right now he is targeting the pawn. You can defend this a number of ways. Maybe you might even be able to sack the rook, I imagine. So I kind of want to kick the knight. And then he's going to jump in here to win the rook. And then maybe bishop d6, attacking the queen and the knight. Yeah, even if I couldn't do that, I have like rook e8 ideas after he takes the rook. And just to lead in development. Okay, so he does jump in here and take the rook. Do I not have bishop d6? Let's see. No, that's cheating. That's cheating. So bishop d6, his queen's hit, and it opens up this alignment. I don't know how he responds. And that's why, he's rated 1420. He played very aggressively. And I think a lot of players might have crumbled under the pressure or made worse moves under the pressure. He probably got a lot of people with this stuff, but it's only going to work so far. So he gets his queen out of the way, but his knight's hanging. We could take it with the bishop or the queen. I say let's develop the queen. And now we're simply up a knight. Better development, fully castled. And look at his king. And that is why you do not play like this, right? You don't put your queen on e2 in the beginning of the game to give checks. Like, you don't do that. Okay, so he develops a bishop, aims at the king in the center. Makes a lot of sense. We still have the check option. We are going to throw it in. Free developing move. He blocks with the knight, but now the knight is not on its optimal square, the golden square of f3. So I guess we just want to continue developing. That makes the most sense. So let's just bring the knight out over to the other side of the board because we want to collect pieces on the king's side. So he castles. However, I have this battery. So I can take this with check. He has to move his king. And then we should likely move our bishop to get it out of that spot. So let's take it with check, just to remove. It's not to gain the pawn, it's to remove that pawn, because that pawn is super. Every pawn you can take away in front of a king makes a huge impact. So that's what it is. So now I'm just gonna bring the bishop back, and it's not like he has a rook here. He has a king here. So okay, so now he makes further weaknesses. He's trying to cut off this battery, but the battery did its work. Now he's weakening the light squares. And we do have a light square bishop. So this knight, we're going to keep rerouting it. Not only does it temporarily defend h7, but it could look towards a brighter home in the future. So he moves the queen, which does not create a checkmate threat because both knights defend it. So furthest thing from checkmate I've ever seen. And what we can do is continue our development. What else can we do? We could even put the knight here with tempo on the queen, but you don't have to necessarily. We can develop this light square bishop with tempo by going here, attacking the knight twice. And the point of this, I mean, let's say his pawn structure was good, you know, the pawn was back here, we can reroute the bishop here and have a nice home for it. But he has this he did play this dumb move, so now we have this cubbyhole, which looks even better than this route. So he develops a minor piece, double hits our piece, but he would only win a pawn in that scenario. Meanwhile, he has a whole knight hanging. Maybe he thinks if he eliminates the knight, he's going to checkmate me, but knight on f8, there is no mate. That's the rhyme for a reason. So he's hanging a piece, we can take it. I say we throw in the check first, just to see what he does. Okay, so he goes here, which causes a pin, which is interesting. Now we have the added option of this check. If he goes here, I mean, there's a free piece here. So if we take the free piece, and he takes our knight, I'll just take his rook. Yeah, call me crazy. I'm just going to take another free piece. Okay, so he takes back. I mean, yeah, he takes back, but that releases the pressure he had here. And I think I'm just going to throw my knight forward. Yes, it does release control over h7 one time, but h7 is defended twice already. It also interposes, so it acts as a defender. Comes with tempo on the queen. It also allows this knight to get out of this attack from the bishop. So he moves the queen, and now we can move our knight away from the attack, or we can pick up this bishop. We're going to pick up the bishop because it's a free piece. And now when we double our pawns, this knight here looks really nice. And we're up 7 points of material. And our king is totally safe, and he no longer has any pieces left to attack me with. No minor pieces, no problem. Remember that. So he moves his rook out and about. But that's no big deal. I'm trying to look for tactics with this pin, but I just don't see them. So let's play normal chess and let's just double our rooks. No reason to complicate. I don't know what this is. I mean, I guess he's defending it, but are you just going to leave it there all game? That's crazy. Okay, so he moves this pawn, so he can move this pawn, so that he can move this pawn. That's his plan. I could immediately kick the rook and start winning pawns, but I don't know, maybe I should, I guess. Alright, you convinced me. He can never challenge me because I'm double stacked, so he just loses a rook. Now he can challenge me because I'm no longer double stacked. But I can just go back, reclaiming control. This pawn is hanging. Yeah. Luis. Okay. We have center. We're trying to play a French. We're going to get in some French games. And then we have center, right? And development. He takes. So forced move. We retake center. Check. So forced move. We want to put our knight here and our bishop here anyway, so this helps us. There we go. And now he moves the queen a second time. Double threat. But we wanted to put our knight here anyway, and it happens to protect both. Center development. King safety. Now, another forcing move. We got to do something. Boom. center, and forced move. He goes in here. Another very forcing move. But, boom. Double threat tactics wins a piece. Free stuff, development. Development for free. Developing. Free stuff. Forced move. Have to bring it back. And now it's continue. We have to develop our to finish developing. You really are trying to develop your minor pieces the most. And you can never finish developing your minor pieces until you get this bishop out. You can't get the bishop out until you move the knight. The knight doesn't have forward jumps here. We only moved it here so we can get it closer to the king side. So we're continue developing. Continue developing. Free improving move because it's check. And then free stuff. And then free move. Like there's free stuff here, but we have intermezzos. Move improving a piece for free, so do that. And then and then take the free stuff. And look how strong your position is. Forced move. Back to developing in center. And it's move 22. We are fully developed. We are double stacked. You have to concretely find targets. So targets, targets, targets. This guy too was a target, but I was thinking of like moving the rook up, but whatever, I went for this. And then he resigned. So hopefully this gives you a little taste. Hopefully it's drilled into your head now. Don't play queen moves like this. Hopefully it's drilled into your head that we develop as fast as possible, king safety, and just try to get their minor pieces out. If they threaten something, we defend, and that's pretty much it. So hopefully that made sense to you. We're going to try to get in some French games, some new openings, fun stuff, learn some new stuff, and okay, good luck in your chess. Goodbye.